So my name is Jessica, and I've been living in London for 1 year and 6, 7 months now. So it's quite some time.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
Which are the main differences you find between London and your hometown?
Well, I grew up in a really small village, and it was right in the countryside. So you can imagine like the time flows in a different way.
Yeah.
Here, everything is fast. As you maybe notice for
Big city.
yourself, it's a big city.
Yeah.
Even little things like, I don't know, going out, seeing friends. It's like here it's so much more complicated than back at home.
What about the transport, for example?
For example, well, I mean, I know that the comparison is a bit like a stretch, but back at home we still have pretty bad transportations. So the railway doesn't work. We just have one bus every hour. So you can imagine here, of course, it's a like big city, so they have to provide a good service in terms of transportation. But I think that's a really huge difference that I noticed.
And do you feel like, do you like it? Do you like the change, or is it too much, too overwhelming?
No, I loved it straight away. Like the first week, I remember before leaving, I was crying like crazy because I was scared. It was the first time for me abroad alone without my parents. But then like after the first week, everything went natural. It was natural to me. Going out, taking the tube, it was really, I don't know, it felt like I've been here before. I don't know, it's a strange feeling. Maybe it's because...
Why do you think is that?
Yeah, maybe it's because, you know, you can't live London even if you're not in London. It's like you've seen it already in, I don't know, newspapers or online. I've got lots of friends from my hometown that came here already to study, to work, so I could see their pictures online on Facebook, Instagram. So for me, it was like I was already living that dream.
Yeah.
So coming here was just like the realization of it.
When you were a kid, you imagine living abroad?
Yeah. I mean, like a kid, not when I was a child, but when I started growing up, during like my teenage years, like when I was 13, 14, 15, especially 16, I kind of grew tired of that place, that environment, and I wanted more. So London provided, you know, kind of I don't know, something like a dream.
Yeah.
You know, something that you can pursue and
grow in a different place.
Yeah,
also.
and experience something new. And I've always liked English, so I've always liked learning English. I remember when I was a child, I used to listen to English rock all the time. So I grew up with these sounds in my head, and I always fantasized about being able to speak it fluently.
Yeah.
So even that, for me, it's like a huge accomplishment.
Okay, we changed the the scenery because of the sun, the location. And I would like to know, you study anthropology, social anthropology.
Yes.
And I would like to know, how did you decide to study this, and what did you study before?
So I did my undergraduate in Italy, and I studied cultural heritage and activities, which is a mixture between history of art, anthropology, and archaeology.
How do you feel anthropology have shaped your idea of the other, the world, you know?
That's a nice question. Well, I think I can see things in many different perspectives. If compared to other people, some people think about life and experiences like travel and culture in black and white. I can see them in many shades, especially when thinking in binaries. So people think about culture as something that stays there, and it's like it doesn't change during time, or it is something like they reify culture. They approach it as if it was an object that somebody can possess. But I think, of course, studying anthropology changes that perspective forever. Changes, like in a way, changes the way you live and the way you think. So I don't know. I think culture, and along with moving and traveling, is something fluid. There's a fluid nature in it, and it's a fluid experience.
Some people believe it's not something fluid culture, so they try to stick with tradition as a thing that doesn't change, and that makes that there are differences. When there are differences between countries or cultures, they fight over the things that are fluid and are changing sometimes.
Or,
for me,
or
doesn't make sense.
They stereotype some kind of traits within a culture. So, for example, to give an example, like I talked with some English classmates, and I tend, even though they do not express it verbally, but subconsciously, since I think they naturalized some things of their culture. They see me only as the Italian girl, if that makes sense. So I can feel that barrier there. You know what I mean? And it's hard for them to see me as a person. They almost see me as a cultural object, you know, this cultural entity, stereotyped being, walking in the university. But I think it's not, you know, you need to be reflexive, and anthropology really teaches that.
To finish, I would like to ask you what are your plans? What would you like to do? And if you want to travel, have you think where would you like to go, or what would you like to do?
So I would love to continue my journey with research, and so try and apply for PhDs. Try and, you know, not only here in England. I know it would be like easier for me to apply here because I have an English master, but I also want to try in America, in other parts of Europe, basically all over the world, and see how that goes. I'm trying to live day by day though, like I don't want to think about it now. Of course I think about my plans, but I still have time to live here in London, so I want to really enjoy the moment, if you know what I mean. But yeah, definitely I want to travel. I would love to travel in Asia. I would love to travel, like, for example, maybe because I have friends from Egypt, but I would love to visit North Africa and Egypt. And yeah, I don't know, like, for me, there's no one place that I would say, okay, I want to go there, and there, and that's it. I just love to travel all over the world, even though it may sound cliche, but really, I don't know, it's really hard to pick a place.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you, Jessica,
You're
for your
welcome.
time.
It was a
on the
pleasure.
interview.